ẹ̀dàkúnyé ẹ̀yìn òbí wa tẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa ẹ̀kọ́ ló ń gbé ní dẹni gíga ẹ̀kọ́ ló ń gbé ní dépò ọlá ẹ̀dàkúnyé ẹ̀yìn òbí wa tẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa ẹ̀dàkúnyé ẹ̀yìn òbí wa tẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. Iṣẹ́ burúkú ni wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n bá jalè wọ́n wá tún fọ́lé ẹ̀dàkúnyé ẹ̀yìn òbí wa lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. Iṣẹ́ burúkú ni wọ́n ń ṣe tí wọ́n bá jalè wọ́n wá tún fọ́lé ẹ̀dàkúnyé ẹ̀yìn òbí wa lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. ẹ̀dàkúnyé ẹ̀yìn òbí wa lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa.
The task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles to irrigate deserts. With this quote from C.S. Lewis, I welcome you to another edition of this wonderful program on Radio Education Today. Education Today is a program that aims to call attention of the public to education matters as they affect the effective running of the educational system and the achievement of educational goals. This comes on air every Saturday on this station, Lights Radio. I am OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Our goal with this program is to educate, inform, orientate, and entertain the society on educational matters, address the educational system, influence public opinion, and drive effective educational policy directions to guide the formulators and implementers. For your questions, comments, and contributions, you can reach us on Facebook via www.facebook.com/lightsradio, www.facebook.com/lightsradio. Our Twitter handle is @TheLightsRadio. @TheLightsRadio. Our Instagram handle Radio Lights_radio. You can also join us on YouTube via Lights Radio. To call or send a message to us via SMS on 0809-738-4000. That is 0809-738-4000. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, the program continues. Please stay with us. If you just joined in, you are listening to Education Today on Lights Radio. So today we kick off with the news segment, and we have Aisha Hussein with the news. Hello, Aisha.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, let's have the news.
This is the news on education today, reaching you live from Light Radio. I am Aisha Hussein. First, the headlines. Enugu Correctional Service Command enrolls 1,137 inmates for NECO. 2024 UTME holds April 19 to 29, says JAMB. ASU Konua warns government against new universities, says existing ones malnourished. And on a foreign scene, US school to get free COVID test as new variant threatens winter spike. Now the details. The Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, Enugu State Command, says it has registered 1,137 inmates for National Examination Council (NECO) external exam in the last 12 years. Mr. Nicholas Obiako, the Controller of Correction in Enugu State, revealed this to journalists on Wednesday in Enugu. According to him, 124 convicts were sitting for the ongoing NECO external test at the Special Studies Center within the Enugu Custodial Center. Obiako stated that the State 3 Correctional Center, Enugu Nsukka, and Oji River were doing well in terms of educational pursuits and inmate formation. According to him, there are presently 124 inmates taking NECO exam, which is one of the biggest number of inmates in any state in the country. He stated further that for over many years now, their inmates have come out with excellent results due to heavy in grooming them right from primary and secondary school classes and quality adult education classes in the centers. Most of those who will make their results in their chosen field of study will seek direct admission to the university through the National Open University of Nigeria now that has a study center in Enugu Custodial Center, he added. The Joint Admission Matriculation Board on Wednesday announces the date for the 2024 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. In a statement by JAMB's Public Communication Advisor, Fabian Benjamin, the board said the main CME will be held from April 19 to 29th of 2020. The statement is based on the series of recommendations emanating from a 2-day information technology and management retreat held between 26th and 28th November 2023. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board has fixed 15th of January to 26th of February 2024 matriculation examination application document. Meanwhile, 7th of March 2024 has been set for the 2024 mock UTME, while the main UTME will hold from 19th to 29th April 2024. Candidates are expected to print their examination slip as of 10th of April 2024. Candidates are enjoined to take note of this date and other advisories issued by the board in relation to the administration of the examination. They are also to visit the board's website at www.jamb.gov.ng for any other information. Meanwhile, JAMB has warned some tertiary institutions against the practice where students are graduated and issued certificates without due matriculation. JAMB Registrar Professor Isaac Oleyede, who raised concern about the development, revealed that some of the affected institutions have failed to matriculate any students in the last 5 years. Oleyede spoke during a 2-day refresher training held at JAMB headquarters in Abuja last week for all its admission desk officers. Oleyede said that admitting students for a degree program without matriculation amounts to a flagrant disregard for extant regulation of the board. A number of them got approval to operate, no doubt, but they never bother following other requisite regulation thereafter. They just continue running the institution their own way, he said. How can a school never admit any candidate, continue to issue certificates and graduate students? Oleyede said that the erring institution who did not matriculate their students in any given year would be regarded as not having admitted students in that year. He said that institutions would only be running their program at risk as graduates of such institution would not be mobilized for their compulsory National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) scheme. Oleyede asked the desk officer to constantly communicate with institutions to know if there are any particular reasons to conduct matriculation for their new students. He said, without sounding contradictory, I would say we need more university as the number of admission seekers left in the lodge year is too high. Lecturers in the nation's public university have advised the government to put on hold any plan to set up new universities, but adequately existing ones. According to them, existing ones are looking malnourished because of poor funding. They also said existing universities were suffered from dearth of lecturers and other staff to properly man them. The lecturers in 35 new universities by members of the National Assembly. They spoke to the leaders of their respective trade union, including Academic Staff Union of University, ASU, and Congress of University Academics, CONUA. Speaking for ASU, the national president, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, opined that universities should not be turned to constituency projects by lawmakers. This is even as national president of CONUA, Dr. Ni Sumoro, said, while more opportunities should be created for admission seekers, setting up new universities without means to fund and staff them would only compound the problem. Our stance has always been that existing problem of poor funding, inadequate facilities, poor staffing, among others, should be tackled head-on. In his view, Sumaru said public universities in the country were currently malnourished as poor funding was making them gradually grind to a halt. On the foreign scene, the federal government will offer rapid coronavirus free tests free of charge to school districts across the country this winter ahead of an anticipated spike in cases. Starting in December, schools can request at-home antigen tests for Education Department and Department of Health and Human Service, federal officials said on Wednesday. The announcement indicates just how ingrained the coronavirus has become in American schools and society since the heightened of the pandemic, when the federal government faced widespread scrutiny over sparsely available testing, and as schools struggle to find ways to stay open without the resources to keep students fully protected. It also comes after a surge in cases this summer inflamed debate over masking in the classroom, prompting a huge flood of COVID-19 policies in different districts. A nationwide jump in COVID-19 related hospitalization in late August came down slightly over the last few months, but has risen in recent weeks, according to the latest federal data. Keeping students and teachers safe has been a priority of the Biden-Harris administration since day one, said Dan O'Connell, the Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response at HHS, in a statement. And that's all on the news today, but before we go, another look at the major stories. Enugu Correctional Service Command enrolls 1,137 inmates for NECO. 2024 UTME holds April 19 to 29, says JAMB. ASU Konua warns government against new universities, says existing ones malnourished. And on the foreign scene, US schools to get free COVID tests as new variant threatens winter spike. That's the news. It was compiled by Nima Ibrahim and edited by OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. I am Aisha Oze. Coverage of your events, seminars, conference, fairs, competition, among others. You can call us on 070-250-74268, or you can send us an email via educationmediaservice@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Education Today continues. Stay with us.
Ẹ̀kọ́ ló láyé táwa yìí sẹ́, ẹ̀kọ́ dára púpọ̀. Ẹ̀kọ́ ló láyé táwa yìí sẹ́, ẹ̀kọ́ ló ń gbé ní dẹni gíga, ẹ̀kọ́ ló ń gbé ní dépò ọlá. Ẹ dákun yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa, lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. Ẹ̀kọ́ ló ń gbé ní dẹni gíga, ẹ̀kọ́ ló ń gbé ní dépò ọlá. Ẹ dákun yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa, lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. Ẹ dákun yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa, lẹ́bà lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa.
that's all we can take for on the news for today. Right now, we'll take the country in focus. You're welcome to the country in focus segment, where we consider a particular country of the world, its basic features, and most important, educational system for the benefit of our listeners. I am OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Today, the country in focus is Canada. Canada's story begins with its rich indigenous history, inhabited by various First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples long before European exploration. In the late 15th century, European explorers, initially led by John Cabot, began mapping the rich natural resources of this vast land. The subsequent colonial era saw France and Britain vying for dominance, culminating in the British victory in the 7 Years' War. The Constitution Act of 1867 marked the birth of Canada as a self-governing dominion within the British Empire. Evolving over